for student athletes. These courses are designed to promote personal fitness, encourage health literacy, and develop decision-making skills. Also, they are required to provide hands-on experience in careers related to athletics. These goals set by our districts are already achieved by student athletes. Vince Catanzaro, the varsity basketball coach, says these athletes are already physically fit. More specifically, playing a school sport promotes fitness and definitely teaches health literacy. Additionally, participating in sport requires decision-making skills, because when you are in season, you must go to school. You must arrive at practices and games. You must get good grades, and you cannot drink alcohol. These four main reasons require the athlete to make the right decision, because their team depends on them. Therefore, the skill of decision-making is already checked off on a student-athlete's checklist. Lastly, participating in a school sport allows a student-athlete to receive hands-on experience in careers related to athletics. Now, here is a calendar of what a student-athlete has to go through during their season. As you can see, well, this is January, so this would be my basketball season. The red is for basketball games, the blue is for practice, green is for tests, purple for quizzes, orange for other, like the midterms or winter break, and pink is for homework. So you have homework every night, which takes a ton of time. And then you have a game 2 to 3 times a week. Also note that we had tournaments the weekends of midterms. See, we had a game at Penridge, one before English midterm. We had a tournament out at Bethlehem Catholic, which is like 3 hours away. So we were there the whole day. And then we had to go and take biology, history midterms, and math midterms the next week. And you have practice every day after school. So this is very overwhelming. And to show the hands-on experience in careers related to athletics, well, the obvious, they're playing a sport, so that checks off pro athlete. Next, the student athlete can be a coach. I mean, come on, the athlete learns many lessons from their coaches that'll teach them how to be better players. So that checks off coaching. Third, a school trainer. Students learn what stretches to do and how to do them effectively from the trainer. And now fourth, refereeing. So when you play a sport, you experience many different kinds of refs, and you know what hand signals they use or specific phrases they use to call stuff. So that checks off refereeing. And lastly, personal trainer. Athletes who want to become even more physically fit acquire a trainer who guides them on the right path. Mr. Topper, the girls' varsity soccer coach, says, if this, the object of gym class, is to promote good health and lifelong activity, the teams, sports teams, do it for us, the athletes. So, to review, switching out. This side. All right. To review, my first reason was that the definition of physical fitness directly corresponds with the effects of playing a sport. Second, the risk in gym class for student athletes to participate outweigh the benefits. And third, being a student athlete is extremely stressful and completely time-consuming. And lastly, student athletes already accomplish the goals set by our district in gym class. So, the next one shows the plan I have created. The plan I have put together has required much thought and deliberation on what would be the most beneficial for student athletes. I have come to the conclusion that sending the athlete to a mandatory study hall as opposed to their regular PE classes would be the best option. When a student athlete makes a sports team, varsity, junior varsity, or freshman, and they want to exempt from PE, because this is entirely their choice, they must follow this simple process. First, they have to get a confirmation note from the coach stating when practices begin. Next, the athlete will take this note to their gym teacher to exchange it one that will tell them when their mandatory study hall is during their gym classes. For the entire sports season, see, sports season, this athlete will be able to have a study hall instead of gym class. Once the season is over, the coach must sign another note stating that the season is over. Then this athlete will take this note to their gym teacher so they can start PE classes again. This process is extremely simple and will save athletes countless hours. Now, I'm not saying that athletes will be able to get out of swimming, obviously, or fitness testing. This athlete will simply have to make up these requirements on his or her own time for the season. Now, some might be concerned that by doing this, it will result in job cuts in the phys ed department. Well, it won't. This won't happen because each teacher will have a smaller class size, resulting in less injuries in gym class. Recall that the injuries from gym class have increased by 150% in 10 years. One cause of these injuries were larger class sizes. So not only will we be saving student athletes time, but we will be preventing injuries. Jared DeAndrea, another student athlete, says about this plan, "I think it's a good idea." So we're going to switch now to the next one. After I'm done my speech, I want all of you to get out your pens, pencils, or any other writing utensil. Next, get out an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and write on the top to whom it may concern, followed by your appeal to the requirements for athletes to participate in gym class. Then, neatly fold this letter and place it in an envelope addressed to the Administration Building at 1580 Fort Washington Avenue, Maple Glen, PA 19002. Finally, stick a stamp on your letter and put it in the mailbox. This entire process should take you about 10 minutes, but it will save student athletes countless hours. But don't stop here. Continue to talk about this issue to your peers and keep this debate alive. I have now talked to you about the 4 main reasons student athletes should be exempt from PE class. To review, my first reason was that the definition of physical fitness directly corresponds with the effects of playing a sport. Specifically, the object of physical fitness is to maximize an individual's health, strength, endurance, and skill relative to age, sex, bodybuilding, physiology. And playing a sport accomplishes all of that. Second, the risks in gym class for student athletes definitely outweigh the benefits. According to the USA Today, it was shown that injuries during physical education classes have increased by 150% in only 10 years. And is not beneficial for student athletes or the school for these athletes to get injured in gym class. Third, being a student athlete is extremely stressful and completely time-consuming. Taking away time for PE is unnecessary and not beneficial for the athlete. Lastly, student athletes already accomplish the goals set by our district for gym class. With all this said, I stick by my original statement, exemption before breakdown. Exempt our student athletes from PE before they have a physical breakdown of their bodies or an emotional breakdown from stress. Being student athletes, these kids represent our school, and by exempting them from PE, we will help them be seen in another light. Thank you.